Hey everyone, Heisan here, sitting comfortably in my messy home office and enjoying this gap between crazy July Brewfest and also another excitement that is beginning in September. So, this midsummer, I'm sitting at home. I hope that many of you are enjoying as much as I am. And this week's topic is decision making and or meaning making in coaching. And this topic came about because we noticed that many of our clients bring us a topic that is something to do with making a decision, whether should I go for this job or promotion or not, or should I consider this or not, do I let this person go or not, and these decision making topics actually come up quite a lot in our conversations. And many times in some of other coaching modalities you might actually have heard creative problem solving or and those are useful processes, but what happens is it's still problem solving. And when actually our conversation partner brings us those topics, we are naturally drawn to, I believe, and also we are very well trained to solve a problem. Many of us are very good at it. I was very good at it. I think I'm still pretty good at it, but it's problem solving. So, the topic of decision making and meaning making is quite meaningful in a way that it defines what coaching is and what is not. So, if you catch yourself in the middle of decision making and problem solving, then you are very likely having some conversation that we call discussions, not a dialogue. Because discussion is so here's a topic, let's break it down to different parts, pros and cons, and here is the maybe best course of action. And maybe designing action plan around that so that you can move forward with one option other than the other one. And that's a decision making process. And in the act of making a decision, you naturally choose one, and that act means you do not choose the other, which is an interesting process when you look at it from dialogic perspective. So in a dialogue, or more maybe a little more convergent or divergent way of looking at a problem, is instead of actually taking the topic and dissecting or breaking it down to smaller parts, talking about why that topic is an important topic to this client is the beginning point of making meaning around what the client wants. And that's how it shows up in our coaching conversations. And that's what we mean by meaning making. And if you are solution focused practitioners, you are very familiar with this meaning making process where we ask clients, suppose you get that, what difference would that make? And suppose you get that, why is it important to you? Who will notice the difference? And I really hope that many of you are enjoying this midsummer in Toronto or elsewhere. I just really hope that you take some time to think about and look at your own coaching practice or just your dialogue, everyday dialogue, and see how much of that is actually problem solving and discussion and how much of that is a dialogue that is just really revolving around what the other person really wants. So anyway, that's that, and I hope that you continue to enjoy this amazing weather. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. And it's always such a joy to hear from you. Share with us what you do, and see you next week.